Okay.
Just use my code. So we want to talk about a lot today. I'm not going to talk about. I'm going to skip to one of Hitch's topics, and then we're going to get to your guys' questions once Sharp starts talking.
Hi.
Why does Sensor have no thumbs? That's awesome. Somebody actually typed that question to us. Oh, you're here, Sharp?
Yeah, you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did your scrims go?
We were playing uplink, so I think we just.
Uplink.
I just hit my head on my mic. Yeah, we just won 14 to 5 on comeback uplink.
Yikes.
Nice.
Great time.
What was the total map count versus phase?
I don't know.
Did you guys win, or was it like even?
I think we did win. Let's see.
Maybe like 3-2.
I think we only lost to Troy Hardpoint, and maybe Retreat at the very end. So we won 2 hard points. They won 2 hard points, and then we won. I think it might have been tied. I don't know.
So you won the best of 5.
I was just playing, throwing uplinks around.
All right. So we got a lot to cover, but I'm going to skip to this uplink question I had for you because you guys have an event in like 12 days or something, 11 days, something ridiculous. And I've heard that there's 2 different rule sets. UMG has a different rule set than MLG right now. There's some things that they allow that MLG doesn't, and back and forth. And so every time you guys play in a tournament, you have to look at what's allowed. In your opinion, well, yeah, just give me your opinion, not what you think is going to happen. But in your opinion, should uplink be in the rotation?
In my opinion, no, I don't think it should be. I think the only pro team that likes uplink or that doesn't care that's in the rotation is Envy. Every other pro team has kind of voiced their opinion that they don't want to play it. But I think it will end up being. I think it'll at least be a Columbus, just because I think Sledgehammer wants to see it played.
Is Envy good at uplink or something?
I don't know. I asked them to scrim it, and Merck told me I ain't teaching, and so they didn't scrim it for me. So I guess they're pretty good at it. I don't know. They told me they ain't teaching.
Yes, that sounds like a Merc response. So how is your new team doing? Like, how's the new squad doing?
We're doing really good. We all get along. We're playing. We started out kind of rocky in hardpoint. We weren't really that good at it when they added the respawn delay, but I think we're getting a lot better at hardpoint, and we're just trying to figure out CTF and uplink right now because our search and destroy, we still got stuff to work out on that, but we're good at search and destroy. We're good at hardpoint. It's mainly CTF and uplink.
What would you say? I'm just rattling off some questions real quick. What would you say is the biggest difference between search in this game due to like exosuits and abilities and all that craziness as opposed to previous Call of Duties? And on top of that, do you think exosuit should be in the next game or should we go back?
I think the difference in search is it's a lot easier to clutch. You see a lot of like 1v4s, a lot of 1v3s. Like 1v3 isn't even like a hard clutch to do because people, you get one kill and then you just go boosting across the map in a couple seconds, and then you get another kill and then you just boost away. Like it's really hard to trade on this game because your teammate gets killed and then within a second the guy's just gone because you can move so fast. So that's really where it's changed. Like on maps like Terrace, you can go from the top of the map all the way to the bottom of the map in a matter of like 2 seconds. As far as uplink, or not uplink, exosuits being in the next Call of Duty, I hope they're not. I like the traditional style of, people not jumping on buildings and stuff like that. Yeah. I like ladder climbing. You got to climb on them buildings.
Yeah, this game though doesn't work. I don't know if you've tried the classic mode on it.
Have.
Yeah. I did not like it at all.
It's terrible.
It was glitchy, and then it was like you wanted to be able to. I mean, it just didn't feel right. It was just not cool. I didn't like it very much. So I'm gonna skip over to a Hitch topic. So Hitch has said on many occasions, and he can defend himself, that he believes the bow should be banned. We shouldn't wait for it to get nerfed or for any weapons to get balanced. But the bow should be banned now. And I kind of wanted to get your opinion on that matter.
Do I think the bow? No, I don't think the bow should be banned. I think they need to make submachine guns better. Because I think that's the main problem is that there's just one gun that dominates every other gun. There's no one ever runs a submachine gun. No one even thinks about running a submachine gun. And if they ban the bow, I think it's just going to be a lot of like everyone's just going to go use the AK-12 or they're just going to use the next best assault rifle because the submachine guns just aren't there. So I don't think banning the bow will solve anything. It'll just be all AK-12s or all IMRs or something like that.
And Hitch, what were your main reasons for thinking it should be banned? Or
The main reason is because it's an 8 gun game at the moment, and like every Call of Duty we've ever played that's been an 8 gun game has turned out to be like super boring, or like you're not like it has no like excitement at the end of it. And I feel like that's how it's gonna get in Advanced Warfare if we keep watching everyone use the bow all the time. Like we need a little bit of gun diversity in order to, everyone wants to play it out of the box. Like that was like the big thing to say a couple years ago. And in order to make it like appeal more to the general public, you want to have as much variety as possible, which is what they're trying to do with Uplink, even though it's like a terrible example. But
yeah,
I mean, even if you ban the bow, even if two ARs are used, like a Slayers use the IMR and then the objective players use the AK, then that makes more sense. Like then that would be like more variety than just like 8 BALs around the map. So that was like the whole reason that I wanted to be banned, is just because I don't want to see it get boring on the very first tournament.
okay. Well, my opinion is don't ban it. I mean, I'm kind of with Sharp on it. The first Call of Duty I ever watched or competitively, was Black Ops 1. And so I watched Call of Duty before that, but I didn't watch competitive until Black Ops 1. And so I guess I came into it being used to seeing the same weapon in everybody's hands. You'd see a random, maybe AK-74, but it was mostly just seeing the FAMAS, and then I started using the FAMAS all the time, and so I got used to it. I mean, and the bow kind of is familiar to that gun. So speaking of banning things, in in a few weeks when we have Columbus, there's not an official rule set for Columbus yet, right, Sharp?
Don't think so.
Have you guys, like, as pros, is there some stuff that you guys have agreed to? Because I saw when I looked at the rule sets for like some of the 5K even, and some of the tournaments on Game Battles, like the number of maps is utterly ridiculous. Like I was just in shock trying to figure out what maps we wanted to play when we ran eights, and then if you don't do hardpoint search, CTF hardpoint search, and you try to put uplink in there, I don't even know how a 3 game mode or 4 game mode rotation works. What are you guys' opinions as pros, like, as to what consistently does everybody agree to should happen at Columbus, rule wise, as far as some of the stuff that's on the fence, like stim and ping and bombardier and stuff like that.
Everyone, before 5Ks, they want to make it. They actually made a rule where we couldn't do this anymore, but they want it to be hardpoint hardpoint S&D CTF, hardpoint S&D. But now the way they make us play is in a best of 5. It's hardpoint S&D CTF uplink S&D. So you only play one hardpoint,
That's bad.
and so they made a rule that you can't change the uplink to a hardpoint, and so now that's what we've been playing. And then stem and cloak, everyone is kind of in agreement that they want that gone, even though people are still using it just because it's allowed. So people are still playing it with it. And then as far as maps go, for some reason they want us to play Defender a lot, and I don't think anyone really likes that map. It's the one with the big tidal wave that comes in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then dynamic map elements, like on Biolab, that yellow building comes falling down from the sky with the turn in it, and then like the tsunami comes in and stuff like that. That, like, none of us want the dynamic map elements, but they want us to play with those as well.
Are those like a huge thing when you're playing? Like, do they really get in the way of the game?
I was watching Fear play against Rise and Uplink on Biolab, and Rise was trying to pass the ball all the way across the map, and it got caught in the yellow building, and the ball was sitting up there for like 30 seconds where no one could get it.
So yes. All right.
Yeah. And then like on Defender, after the tsunami comes, people can just go in the water and lay in the water and then pop up. So
Yeah, I saw that. I've been seeing a lot of. It seems like there's a lot of pros that are almost secretly, some of them, and even non-pros, but a lot of people talking about little secret spots where you can contest and things like that.
yeah.
That people don't know about, like underwater where you can contest. And then on Biolab, if you turned off dynamic map elements, would it turn off the things that kind of, the big poisonous?
I don't think you can turn those off. I think they're
Oh,
still
okay.
there.
I like
Even though
killing
they turn
people
off.
with those. Like
I hate those things. I
when they're
hate
going
time
into the
bomb.
hard point and I shoot it and it kills like 2 people. I mean,
I
there's
can't
Yeah.
imagine being a pro player having to worry about a big bomb like over your
Like,
head. Like,
not only do you get blown up by it, but then there's like gas there for like 20 seconds that you're just choking.
oh
Like,
yeah,
well,
just walking real
just
slow.
getting killed by it. Yeah.
What did you look at all at Aikes's post about what he thinks the rule set should be?
No, I did not.
It looked pretty consistent with what's actually there, but he called out certain maps. Like I think he said Riot is too big for hardpoint. It just doesn't work. The rotations of the hardpoints. I think I it's been an entertaining search in my opinion. Riot has been. What would you say is your favorite search map that you guys play?
My favorite search map, I either like recovery or I like Riot Search or Biolab. There's a lot of good maps. A lot like we like Terrace. Our team likes Terrace Search and Destroy, and just
What?
about every pro team doesn't like Terrace. I don't know if it's because they don't know what they're doing or what, but we like Terrace Search and Destroy.
Where do you guys plant on offense on Terrace search?
We usually don't go for plants,
Oh,
but
well, does
I
any
mean,
team actually go for plants on that map?
I don't know.
Because
That's another thing. When your guy plants the bomb, he like stands there and like turns the thing, and like you're standing there for like an extra 3 seconds after you plant the bomb. Like it says bomb planted, and your guy has to
and he's
stand on the
like
bomb site.
spinning it and yeah.
Like I clutched. I think I clutched against Cheapy on what's Solar Search and Destroy. That's a good map too. I clutched a 1v1 against him because I was just sitting by the bomb. I was like, well, if he plants, his guy's gonna stand there for like 3 more seconds to throw the bomb down. And he just planted it, and I just looked out the door, and sure enough, he's just standing there, and I got a kill. I was like, well, this is kind of shitty, but
What? How do you fix that? You can't change the timer, right? The plant time.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know
Because
what
it's the game animation, right? I mean, there's
yeah, I don't think they can fix that.
uh, that's I think it's funny when they try to change certain things, just little tiny things about the game, and it actually negatively affects it. It sounded as if Sledgehammer was going to reach out to you guys, and Puckett even tweeted a couple weeks ago when I asked. He said that there was going to be a number of pros that they were going to ask. They wanted you guys to play everything with everything on, and there was going to be a whole bunch of pros that were going to give them feedback, but that Sledgehammer ultimately was going to make the decision. Have they told you guys at all even when they're going to do that?
We have no idea. They put up a poll where people can go in and vote like what search and destroy map, like their 4 favorite search maps, their 4 favorite hardpoint maps, their 4 favorite uplink maps, and like there's not an option to say I don't want uplink in here. It's just like vote. And so
Map doesn't exist.
like they asked us what we want, but ultimately it comes down to Sledgehammer, because if everyone's saying that they don't want uplink and we're still playing uplink, like it has to be Sledgehammer saying or Activision saying like we want to see uplink played,
Yeah.
and that's what it's coming down to.
what do you think could fix uplink? Like, what do you think Sledgehammer could do to make it more playable?
If you couldn't pass the ball like you were part of the Harlem Globetrotters, then maybe because you can throw it all the way across the map.
Yeah.
Like I've seen people make diving catches like they're the Angels in the outfield, and it's just
Me
It
and
just
Coley
does,
were
like,
playing last night. And he alley-ooped it to me. It was great.
because like on Biolab, what like pretty much the whole goal in uplink is for one person to sneak around the enemy's team, like not shooting anyone, get on top of their base, be like I'm up here, just and then they throw the ball all the way across the map and then just dunk it in, and that to me like you shouldn't be able to pass it all the way across the map. There should be a certain distance, and it wouldn't.
I
Be
don't like the animation either that happens when you dunk it. Like you can't see for a second, and it feels like if you're on the other team and the team just scored on you, I always have a hard time finding the guy that just scored. Like if he dunks it, I'm like, where, because of the way the
Yeah,
light
but it's
like
like a
explodes or
lightning
whatever.
strike.
Yeah, it's like what I'm like, where did he go? And then he kills me, and I get upset, because he stays in the base, and so I play pub. I play pub hardpoint a lot because I don't want to get caught in an uplink game.
Do you
and
think
if I'm-
that? Oh, sorry.
ahead.
Do you think that the extra health should stay in for the ball runner?
No, that's something else too. Like we were just playing comeback, and that's kind of a small, close quarters map. And with how much health the guy has, there's like a lot of ways where he can just go behind a wall, and there's certain points where you're like, well, there's no way I'm going to kill this guy because he has so much health.
Yeah. I feel like it's not very it's not necessary. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's the whole point, is that it's like a 3-on-4 situation and you're trying to clutch up, not, hey, I grabbed a ball, I don't have a gun, but now I'm Superman and I can run through everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as a competitive sense, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe they could, in pubs, they could probably keep it double health, but I don't know.
All right, so some more roster changes were announced today. I mean, the fun never stops, so to speak. Most of you guys' rosters are set, except today was announced that Spacely was joining Impact, and that Parasite, I don't think his team is official. He said he's looking for 1 or 2 or another team, but he's already booked to go to Columbus. I guess I'll ask you this, Sharp. Besides TK, after the roster changes that have happened and the teams that are pretty solid, what would you say are the best 3 rosters besides your team?
Optic Gaming, Envious, and Denial. Actually, well, Denial didn't change rosters, but I think they're one of the best teams right now.
Yeah, they are. I agree. What about you, Hitch?
I'll go with that. Yeah, I mean, he's a pro player, so like, what? There's only so much I can say.
So where do you stack like Optic Nation, Phase, and like SB seems like they're actually playing pretty good.
Yeah, SP's been playing a lot. I think they're one of those like teams that people are they're gonna do good at the event. Like one of those teams that people aren't really looking at as like a Denial or an Optic God Squad. But like I think SB is gonna come out and do a really good job. But Optic is just like the Optic Nation team. Like they all have really good players. Like TP obviously he's won a lot. Karma, he's a 2-time world champion, and then Proofy and Bose, they've been around forever, but I don't know how much they've been playing. I know they've been kind of struggling in the 2Ks and 5Ks. Even though we didn't do too good in the last 5K, we did good in the 2K, but so I wouldn't put them up there in like the top 3 with those teams that I named, but they're still them in Phase. Like we just got done scrimming against Phase, and obviously they're a solid pickup with Slasher. He's a good player. He was on that Noble team that kind of got screwed over, but I see Phase if they keep scrimming, and if Aches, I don't know how serious Aches is doing, like how serious he's taking it, because when we scrimmed with him, he wasn't like really talking at all, and he was like he didn't really know the game at all. He hadn't played competitive the whole week, and so I think it's all going to depend on how serious Aches takes it,
Yeah,
and just how well those dudes play on land. So I think Phase and Optic Nation, like obviously can do good, but
yeah.
my top 3s remain the same.
They'll qualify though, right?
Yeah,
Phase and Optic Nation.
yeah.
Is TK
Well,
going to qualify?
Well, I think that they already have a league spot, right? Optic Nation and
Yeah,
Phase.
Oh yeah, both of them do. So yeah, they'll qualify. So on there's a roster thing that got sent out by MLG the other day, and they put 12 teams on there. So they put the 8 teams that have qualified, and then they added you guys, Strictly Business, Fear, Automatic Reload. You guys, Strictly Business, Fear. Yeah, and that makes 12. And so one of the teams that was left off is this team that was, that's being formed by Parasite. I don't know what the heck they're gonna do. I honestly, now let me ask you, to be honest, and I know that internet plays a role. I've heard every pro say that, but this Carnage team that everybody keeps talking about, like, are they good enough to qualify in your opinion?
I don't know, because I've never seen any of them play on land. Supposedly they I don't know what they did at Nashville. I know someone told me they went there, and they said Hugh played like 5 maps. So I guess they didn't. If you're playing 5 maps in open break, I guess you're not doing too well. But obviously the Hugh, we scrimmed against Hugh on his host, and it was to the point where I put Hugh in my clan tags. I thought it'd give me strength. This kid was dropping like 50, 60 kills at hard point.
Yeah, so, he dropped 57 on Phase today.
Yeah. So like obviously his host is probably unfair, but you can't be getting that many kills like if you're bad. Just if you have good connection and you're bad, you're not going to be getting that many kills. Like, obviously, he's going to be a good player.
Why is everybody tweeting right now that Tipsy can't go to Columbus?
Apparently, he's not going to Columbus.
According to Felony, Automatic Reload is looking for a fourth, as Tipsy won't attend due to personal issues. Dang. That sucks. All right, well, that changes Automatic Reload, so it's going to be BL Fire, Burns, and a fourth. Could be Parasite.
Yeah.
If he wants to qualify, he's got to get on one of those teams. So I know that Carnage has finished, I think they finished top 20 once, and I think they finished like top 32 twice on LAN in Ghosts. They always run up real close to getting into that championship bracket, and then they lose that round right before, is what I've seen happen, I think, twice. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. It'd be cool to see a team like that. Do you think that all the hype about something we've talked about on the STiKS a lot about expanding the league to 16 teams, is that necessary, or is 12?
I think they should do 16. There's too many good teams. I mean, if you look at like last Anaheim, the teams that were fighting through upper bracket, you had Optic Nation, you had Rise, you had Slasher and them. Their teams they didn't even make it out of them bracket Vex, and they had to get subbed in the league. Like players like that who weren't in the league and they were fighting their way through open bracket. I think if you make it 16, there's going to be, obviously there'll be more teams, there'll be more matches, and it won't have teams getting screwed over.
Yeah, I feel like that's the biggest thing about having 16 teams. It's not just like the top-notch teams in there. You're going to have like 3 or 4 teams that have fought to earn this spot, and now they have to work even harder to beat some of these pro teams to really make a name for themselves. And that's what we kind of need, and we don't have that at the moment.
Well, and the problem is you spend all the time fighting to earn a spot, and then your organization drops all 4 of you.
Did you read their twit longer today?
Picks up 4 people, and then one of them leaves.
Did you?
So now, and they dropped them all because they thought Karma was coming, in my opinion, and that didn't happen.
But did you read their twit longer?
No.
It's like it pretty much like roasts, like not like roast, but like it. I like gained a lot of respect for the Noble organization because they like mapped out everything that happened throughout that whole circumstance, and it's a lot different than what everyone on Twitter was thinking. Like apparently everyone like they just thought they were going to get dropped, even though Noble never said anything, and they all just left.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that I heard that they got mad because they were going to be the B team. Because Noble was trying to get most wanted spot, and they were going to have 2 spots, and Impact was going to have 1, and then they were going to keep Miyagi and Chino and those guys, but they got frustrated. They're young. They got mad because they were going to now be downplayed to Impact, which obviously wasn't going to happen. I mean, all of us knew the minute Impact tried to reform that wasn't going to stay together. It'd be entertaining. I mean, in my opinion, it'd be one of the most entertaining teams to watch, but man, it's just, I mean, it's as entertaining as watching FaZe right now with Aches and Censor. I mean, I'm entertained when I watch the streams and stuff, to watch those 2 guys go at it. All right, so I know your teammates are like begging for you to come back so you can keep streaming sharp, but before we go to questions from Twitter, real quick, to close out the show, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Hopefully, Goalie, if you're not ready to do that, tell me and I'll run it. I will do it. All right. We're going to run a quick break, guys. Don't go anywhere. Almost 1,000 of you in here. Get the stream hype up. Tweet out. Get your questions in. Use hashtag the STiKS for sharp. Or hit try, because we're really like important guys and we have so much knowledge to share. And we'll see you guys in about 60 seconds.
If you're ready, we'll go. We'll maneuver. Reaching out.
Oh, they could pick up Miyagi. Automatic reload could.
You guys ever like think there's a window behind Kingdom, but it's really just a picture?
Yeah.
Old school, I used to move that every video. I would put it in a different spot. And then one time it was literally right behind me. And then I put it upside down and people were like, I thought that was a window. Like, no, it's a really good painting that this lady did for me.
It like blends in with the wall, kind of.
Yeah. I never even thought
Wait, are
about
we
it.
live? Yeah, we're super live right now.
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
Go
okay. I didn't
Just
know.
checking out the painting, admiring his artwork.
You're in charge of the questions there, Hitch.
All right. So first question is from at Hitcheride to Sharp. Basically, he wants to know when there's rumors around that Fear Sharp is coming back in the near future. So
No.
no? Okay, all right. Next question.
Are you gonna grow out are you gonna grow a mullet for Joe Dirt 2 for the premiere?
I can't believe there's a Joe Dirt 2.
I can't believe it either.
There's like Dumb and Dumber 2, and now there's Joe Dirt 2. Like,
Dumb and Dumber 2 looks really bad also. I mean,
yeah.
they already came out with a part 2 of it, but this third one looks, I mean, I'm not watching it. Go ahead. Hitch, sorry.
All right. So yeah, the actual question was from at Mufasa PG. Do you think Fear are underrated, and do you think they could cause any upset at Columbus?
I think they're really underrated. I mean, obviously Dito is a good player. Neslo, my former teammate, is a good player, and I don't think a lot of people give Moho and Assassin credit for, what they've done and how long they've been playing and how much knowledge they have. So I think if they grind the game and they keep playing a lot every day and they practice a lot, I think they'll be a solid team.
All right. So at it's Chaboy9 says, what placing do you think you will get at MLG Columbus? At
First,
What kind of
first
question
place,
is that?
3-0, 3-0.
Not
Optic in the finals. Nate shot 3-0.
You heard it here first. The green
I
wall
think-
is. Whoa!
I think
what
someone just
happened?
threw a flaming brick through my window.
Was it a green brick?
It has it's wrapped in a TK jersey. It's burning. Oh my god.
Oh man!
Oh my god.
I want to see what the chat says to this. Go ahead, Hitch.
Someone said,
Phase Neslo.
what if at Columbus teams could sub players in and out from their bench based on which game mode they were playing? I've like, I don't know, I've thrown something up on Reddit and things like that talking about this, that it would like super increase the hecticness of what it is, but I don't think that's ever actually going to happen. I don't think we're ever going to have one single S&D star per team to sub out for the best, or for someone who's not good at S&D. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but it's like fun to think about. What do you think?
I don't think that'll ever happen. I mean, it'd be kind of like, they always do those all-star games where, it's like, oh, you're playing the hard point, and then we're gonna sub these dudes in, they're gonna play S&D. If I was on a team and my team came to me like, all right, Sharp, you suck at search. We're gonna be bringing in another guy to take your. I'm gonna be like, no, man, what is this? I'm playing every game type. If we're losing, it's gonna be because of me, not because I'm watching.
Yeah, that would be annoying if you're sitting there watching and you're like, I could have done this or I could have done that. It would actually be interesting. Like if you could actually just put your hand up and someone comes and tags you and grabs your sticks and
Mid game,
Like-
just like
after the first round of CTF, like you're sucking it up and they're like, okay, I'll get on the sticks and do a better job. That'd be interesting.
all right. At Base God Vortex says, how good? What?
Somebody said the green wall is plastic in the chat. Go ahead, sorry.
How good of a shot does Denial have at winning Columbus?
I mean, they got a good shot. I mean, they're up there in my top 3 other than us. I mean, as far as I see, Columbus is going to go us, and then those other 3, they're just battling out for second.
Yeah.
It's the way I look at it. I mean, you got to be confident. But yeah, Denial's a good shot. They're all good players. They had a hot streak at the end of Ghost where they got second and first and stuff like that, and they were playing really well. But I think Everyone's a contender in my eyes, and they're a really good contender.
In your opinion, Sharp, I mean, this might be an obvious question, but did they become better replacing study with attach?
Um, I don't see. I don't know in this game because I didn't really play them when they had study in this game. Um, as far as online presence, probably attaches
Yeah.
a online Don. So as far as online play goes, I think. But I don't know because study was always really known for being really good in search and destroy, and attach is just kind of known for being a slayer. So they might have lost some search and destroy power getting rid of study. Who knows? But I think attach is a good pickup.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So I have a question for you. Like a little bit of an interesting one because these are all like basically the same question over and over and over again. What's a player that you've played with because you've been around since COD 4? What's a player you've played with that no longer plays but was dominant back in the day that people might not know of that are just coming into the scene? Like that you would want to see either come back or like that just was just worth mentioning, I guess.
A player that I play with that was dominant back in the day. Let's see. All right, Modi. Modi still plays, but he's not known like as like a good player. But when I teamed with him in COD 4, he was like the person that I went pro with. You know, me and him joined Fear as our first pro team,
Hmm.
and like he was like really good in COD 4, and he was really good in MW2, and then he kind of fell off in Black Ops 1. Started getting into like the girlfriends and stuff and like that, and then, yeah, he's on. I think he teams a Mud Dog now.
Oh, he
So
does?
yeah, I'd like to see him make a comeback. It's like him, Mud Dog, Complex, and Kroster.
Oh yeah, Sin, right?
Yeah, SYN.
That's Sin. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're on the chat saying Dodgers, Dodgers, Dodgers.
Smiting Fatty wants to know. He says, "Answer it, dang it. Who is your favorite short fat caster?"
I'm gonna have to go with Fatty, man.
I don't have any other questions.
Good choice. You don't have any more?
You ask him questions.
What? I don't know what that question is. That looks really bad.
Do you think
What is-
Killa will retire after this game? That's what someone asked.
Do I think Killer will retire? I don't see. Killer was talking about retirement like when he lost regionals. When he didn't qualify for COD Champs this last year, I remember him at regionals. He's like, "Man, I need to go home. I need to stop playing this game. I can't be dependent on 3 other people to make me money. I can't be doing this." So I don't know. Like Killa, I feel like he is part of the Call of Duty scene. I don't think he could retire. I think this is Killa's home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the heck else. I mean, not to say something bad, but what else would Killer do?
I don't know. He's just, what is he, like 21?
Yeah, he's so well known in this scene and in this community. I don't know what else he would do. Like, in all honesty,
I couldn't see Killer going to like college or something, like sitting in a classroom.
no.
You just teach them fundamentals. What is
I
this?
couldn't see that either.
Oh my god.
I mean, he'd be teaching the class and he'd be telling them they were lost or something. Just be bad. Like, this teacher is garbage. The interesting thing about his team, and you can let me know what do you think about Impact's potential? But the interesting thing about his team is, like, when I saw them playing when they still had Parasite, like, the one thing that drove me crazy is they were playing. I don't know if they were playing you guys or FaZe. I don't know who it was. I think it was FaZe, and they were getting smacked. But they were like, these kids don't even know what they're doing. And I was like, this is one of the things that drives me crazy sometimes when I watch streams. Is I understand internet, like, that's makes sense, but when you're getting out rotated and you're just getting beat because the other team is better, like they know what they're doing and you don't. Like, to chalk it up to they don't know what they're doing, so let's not play them anymore, instead of continuing to play them to learn, and maybe picking up what they're doing. That made me really see that the downfall of Impact was coming. It wasn't going to work.
Jeez, the downfall of Kingdom is coming.
Yeah, I'm dying.
Ebola.
Think about their potential as a squad with Miracle, Spacely, whoever else they have, Killa, and who am I missing?
Study. No? Yeah,
Yeah.
study. I don't honestly, in my opinion, I think Spacely was on a good team with Classic, Enable, and Slack. I'm like really surprised he left that team.
Yeah.
Especially like his team was doing good, and Impact obviously has been struggling in these 2Ks and 5Ks. I think Parasite's actually really good at this game, so I don't know if Spacely's going to be able to like pay, do better than Parasite, and maybe they just weren't getting along and they couldn't
Yeah.
play the game as a team with Parasite. Maybe Spacely will go there and they'll have a different kind of camaraderie, and they'll work more as a team and they'll figure stuff out. But I don't know. But yeah, like what you said, I think we scrimmed them or played them in a tournament and we beat them, and we were like. Some people were tweeting me saying, "Oh, all Impact's talking shit about you, saying you don't know what you're doing, and like you can't even shoot straight." And I was like, "Well, we're winning, so I don't really give a shit."
Well, that's what it might have been. You guys, like, it literally was like, it didn't make. I'm watching it, and I tweeted, and I didn't even say that it was killer, but everybody started tagging him. But I was like, you lose a game by 40. You lose a hard point by 40 points, and you say these guys don't know what they're doing. Like, why would? And you stop playing, scrimming them, and that to me. It's almost like, dang man, I gotta go to the doctor. It's almost like what is it didn't make sense. It was kind of clueless to me. So what do you think about Parasite's decision to leave Impact, and now he's kind of teamless for the moment? I mean, he's Parasite, and I know FaZe took a risk, and I'm calling it a risk, but Ake's a great player, 18-time champion. But with his social media and all that kind of stuff, and he did quiet down towards the end of Ghost. He just like stopped talking on Twitter.
It's kind of weird, to be honest.
But yeah, it was awkward. Like he just went into silent mode. Like I'm not going to talk anymore.
Yeah.
He tweeted out a picture of 18 trophies today. It was pretty dope. Somebody was complaining about him, and that's how his response was a picture of 18 trophies. So what do you think though about Parasite? Is a team gonna take that risk? Would automatic reload? I mean, I would guess, in my opinion, they would definitely pick up Parasite. I think Burns, BL Fire, and Felony, they would let Parasite tell them what to do, or kind of be that, because he almost has to have that ability to talk the most. I think Aches does as well, which is why I think him and Sensor are button heads a little bit. But what do you think about Parasite? And you think he'll find a team that'll qualify?
Oh, I mean, obviously, I think he'll land somewhere. He's probably like you said, he likes to talk, and that could be one of his biggest problems. Sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's like, hey, shut up. And so obviously AR. If Parasite wanted to join AR, I think they would pick him up. If Parasite wanted to join, I guess I don't know who's MW getting.
They have a full. Well,
Spacely left to go to Impact. Who took his spot?
Mochilla.
Mochilla. All right, never mind.
So it's Moch, Enable, Classic, and Slack.
Yeah, but then you still have like Ricky. Ricky's a good player in this game. So who knows if Parasite and Ricky, try starting something? Who could they get? I mean, it's going to be interesting. But I think Parasite he'll always end up somewhere.
All right, I got a few more questions. One, do you think is it too early to tell, or is there a best player in this game yet? Because you said Scump was the best player in Ghost. You said that last STiKS. So do you have a best player in this game so far?
I mean, if we're going off online, I'm gonna go with Huke. From what I've seen, this dude dropping 60s against Optic, against us, against whoever. But I think just from like people playing, and I don't know. You can't. You have to wait till the first event. You got to see.
Right.
Because after the first event, then you come home. That's when you're playing. Like, oh my god, this guy didn't even place top 12 on here. That's what it's going to turn into.
So this one might be a little awkward, but at Dominique Kidd said, "Why did you rage quit against Optic the other day?"
When the hell did we play Optic the other day?
I don't. That's unless he was asking me, but I doubt he was asking me because I don't play Optic.
I think a lot of maybe. All right, I think we were playing Optic, and I don't know if it was a tournament. We were getting beat on Biolab like 8-1, and if I leave a game, it's not because like if I leave a game and there's like still a chance for us to win, that's because I'm raging, and I'm like, but I hardly ever do that. I only do that in scrims. But if I'm sitting there playing, if I'm host and I'm like, all right, it's mathematically impossible, we can't win. I'll end the game. I'll be like, all right, we lost. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and waste my life and just get more tweets like, dude, you suck, 20 and 40. Like, all right, let's just end the game. Let's move on here. We were losing like 8-1 BioLab CTF, and there was like 2 minutes left. I was like, welp. Good try, guys. And I just left and I started up a pub. I started playing and like people, no, it's just a realistic quit.
Is
It's like GG. It's like the GG in League of Legends or like StarCraft. Like if you lose, you forfeit. You're like, all right, I can't win.
so not to I know you're not one of the pros that like minds when I ask you questions about Optic, but like what does a team have to do to beat them like consistently?
I think it's going to come down. I mean, obviously, the Chrome, Scum, Formal are top three Slayers out there. And I don't think they'll consistently. I don't think there will ever be like a God Squad in
Not anymore. Yeah, never happened.
in Call of Duty, just because Call of Duty's so inconsistent. So I think it's going to come down to just teams really learning, really like getting good at search and destroy. You're going to have to be able to take your search and destroys off them, and you know. Just trying to play more as a team, because outslaying them is going to be a hard thing to do. If you play more as a team, then you're going to be able to beat them.
Yeah, I think that, in my opinion, I'd like to see them face off against Denial. Just because of their play style, like Denial is so in your face, and I know I watched them play Denial. I don't know if it was in the 5K where they were down by 2 maps.
Yeah.
And down by 4 flags. I mean, that would literally be demoralizing to lose. I mean, when you're beating a team going into the second half, you're beating them 4-1, and you have 2 maps on them, and it's Optic Gaming, and they come back, win that game 5-4, and then beat you handedly in the hardpoint and then the search 6-4. And I rewatched it today, and Optic was so freaking happy, and I think your guys' communication is really good. Their communication is really good. The communication I've heard from Denial is really good. FaZe is getting there, but they can be quiet at times. Optic Nation is struggling with their communication.
Yeah.
And I think it's because, like TP said in this video, him and Bose have the same role. And it's like deciding which one of us is going to actually play OBJ. So it's hard. So the owner, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think like Optic Nation doesn't really have. I don't think they have a shot caller. Like, TP team with Aches, so he doesn't have any experience being a shot caller. Like Aches, obviously Aches and Krim were the ones. If you ever watched their streams, they were the ones butting heads. They were the one that would say, do this, do that, do that. And Bo's team with Killa. Nobody's telling Killa what to do. Let's be honest here. And then Proofy, he was on Optic. I don't really know. I don't really watch them. I know Nate Shot. Nate Shot usually would call the shots, and that's something that's kind of interesting with their team now. Is how's that going to go? Is Craig going to be the one to call shots?
For some reason, it's working out.
Yeah, and I can tell you that like what they're doing that's really well is that Formal. I said this in my video today. He's a cheerleader. Like he doesn't call out a lot. He just when they're doing really good, Formal is the one saying, we're doing really good, keep doing what we're doing, blah, blah. And he agrees with what he hears. Scump does call-outs on location. Just here's where someone is, here's where this person is. He never says push this, push that, run around this way. Nade does the most direction. Slow down. Let's push together. Let's wait. Don't push the hard point yet. Crim 6 kind of is like Karma, which is where Nade actually, though, is being good enough to step up and kind of quiet that. There's nobody on Nation that's going to quiet Karma when he's like yelling, why are we pushing that way? What are you doing? Go up the stairs. But when Crim starts to get down, I heard Nade in the stream against Denial was literally like, hey, stop that. Like, don't sigh. We're not doing that. We'll focus it up and we're going to win this. And they actually won that CTF. And it was like,
it was like,
Nade actually called him out after the game. He said, man, Ian getting all down. And he was like, yeah, my bad. He's like, sometimes when I feel like we're doing the wrong things, it's kind of hard, and it's like, and that team also is not complaining about connection. Like you hear Nate Shot will be like, "We're not going to talk about it. Like let's just," and then he'll start himself. He'll be like, oh, he killed me with one bullet," and then he'll stop. And so I mean, I think it's working because they've conceded, and even Clayster said it when he left that Matt is and not Matt Formal, Matt Nadeshot he's the leader of Optic Gaming. Like it's his team, and nobody disagrees with that. They're like, okay, fine. Even though I'm better than him, that's fine.
Yeah.
And Krim is fine being ever since when who was it that left Complexity when Clayster left, or when Clayster left Complexity and Karma came, Krim got more vocal. At that time, he started actually calling out, and he does a good job of it now. And he actually, thank you for calling me a fanboy in the chat. Appreciate it. He actually does a good job, and so I think this team is beatable, in my opinion. I think all the team has to do is they have to communicate 100% of the time. Aches was saying that FaZe, even when they were playing you guys, I was watching their stream, and Aches was saying, it was Aches was saying, we don't call out where someone is. Like when we die, we don't say, I just got killed from this door. We just rush the hard point over and over and over. And you can't beat it. You're not going to beat this Optic Gaming team not communicating where they are at all times. When they can slay like that, like you said, you can't just get killed by Krim and not tell your teammate where he's at. That's a for sure loss. And so I think out communicating them and then rotating and knowing your roles in game is going to. And I think I've seen that from you guys, and I've seen that from Denial. There's not a lot of other teams that I would say are doing that extremely well. Envy, I guess, is doing a good job of it, but they gave up a hard point in that 4v4 tournament today that I was like sad for them. Because they were winning all the way till the end. Clayster was slaying, got him back into the game, and then they lost by like 4 or 5, and it was just like I could see Clayster's face. He was so sad. But it's because they got nervous and they were rushing the hard point and not playing as a team. And so I think that's my opinion. Yeah. Keep playing as a team and it'll work out. But I don't know.
Well, I think something else that the new Optic team has too is like everyone's saying they're gonna do good, and like they have that new team feel. Like they're the brand new team, and like they want to succeed. They know, like in their minds, they're thinking like, oh, we're the God Squad. Like we're gonna destroy these dudes. So, and it's like at this moment in the team, they don't care who's calling the shots. It'll be interesting to see, if they don't win Columbus, and then they come home and stream, will Krim, let someone else call the shots, or what's going to happen there? Will they butt heads? Who knows? So I think only time will tell with that team. I mean, obviously they're going to be a really strong team. I just don't see any God Squads being in Call of Duty with how inconsistent it is.
There isn't going to be. There's going to be though, and I said this in a video, and don't be mad at me, but I said that you guys at this time, from what I've seen, I was like, TK is easily. I mean, like they're easily, but I think like you said, there is no. I wouldn't say that anybody's going to win every event. I said I think Optic is going to win one of the first 3. It's like, but there's not that complexity type of team or that impact type of team anymore that's going to do that. And I think, though, that I said that you guys, in my opinion, are one of the top teams in the game. And I see there's like 4 teams that should always be in top 6. I mean, there's no question about it. And at this time, I can't really say that Optic Nation is one of those teams. I mean, they put together a great roster, but you pointed out some really good things about who's calling the shots, who's communicating, and how do they know what to run. Imbo's, I've seen him try. I've heard him try in stream, and it's kind of like, but Karma has a really when you're dropping 51 kills and the rest of your teammates are dropping like 25, your voice seems a little louder, and so Karma, when he's calling out and when he's screaming and when he's not happy with what they're doing, I think it's hard for Imbos to kind of step up and say, hey, cut that out, let's just focus up. Because he's like, well, you are killing way more people than me. And Imbos is that type of guy. He's not the type of guy he's not Nadeshot. He's not that type of guy that's going to step up and be like, hey, be quiet, Crim6, you person that has way more MLG championships than me. Let's do this. So how do you guys handle that on your team? Do you ever get like kind of that call out beef, or how do you guys handle when you have disagreements over what way to push and stuff like that?
We just usually sit there and just argue until we come to an agreement, and Like, I mean, we're all pretty good friends and we all get along. So it's, I mean, sometimes it does come to roasting and like some people will get called fat and some people will get made fun of for their stutter and it just happens. And like we just finally like we keep playing and playing until I feel like everyone on my team can like see what the problem is. And
Yeah.
if it's to the point where like we just like one person's not in agreement, then we'll be like, all right, dude, like, come on. don't do that. Us three are saying do this, you're saying do that, you're wrong. Get out, come with us. Let's
Yo,
And do you guys ever go ahead, Hitch?
are you drinking out of a sippy cup?
No. Well,
Well,
yes, yeah. Hey, I have
Listen,
3 kids under
that's a
6
green
years
wall
old.
sippy cup right there, man.
There you go. Hashtag. Oh, Sharp, you probably didn't see this. I gotta show this to you. So, the owner of Carnage tweeted or DM'd me, and he said they've got 17th through 24th at Niagara, Dallas, and Nashville. So they're on the verge of figuring out how to win on land. Maybe this is going to be their game where they can maybe make it in this league. I mean, I'll wish them luck, I guess. But
I hope they got not. I ain't trying to play a Huke on a home team. It's Thursday night, I'm like 7 p.m. guys, we're playing against Carnage. Huke's host. I got a home team. I ain't even showing up. Put the subs in. I'm going out to eat or something. I ain't dropping playing against 60 Bomb McGee over here.
look what I posted in the Skype chat. Sharp. I don't know. I'm sure you didn't see it earlier because you were playing.
Is it the Crim shirt? Yeah, I saw this.
Oh, you did see that?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, that was bananas. Like, I went to Google Images and typed in Sandlot and looked through, there's 100 pictures, and I chose that picture. And it happened to
So
be
crazy.
the picture that he had a shirt of when he went home. It's ridiculous.
I've seen him wear that shirt before.
You have?
Yeah, he's tweeted it out before because I remember like I saw him tweet it and then I was like, where did he get that's a cool shirt. Sandlot's a cool like that was a cool movie. And I was like,
Sandlot was the best.
That's a cool shirt. And I remember going in like what like Spencer's. You have one of those?
Yeah. We have
The
those.
Spencer's. They sell that shirt in there. I remember seeing it. I was like, hey, maybe that's where you got it. But
I might have to peep Spencer's because that shirt was pretty legit. All right. I think I'm out of questions. Don't save. I know you're gonna get back to playing. So you guys feel like as a team, you're about as ready as you need to be, or what are you guys mostly working on right now?
we're still kind of like polishing up our hardpoint game, and then we're still trying to figure out uplink.
You said hardpoint and uplink.
Well, I said we're still like we're like polishing up our hardpoint game, making sure like we got everything down, and then we're still trying to figure out uplink.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're gonna close out the show. I don't know if you guys saw Fatty type in the chat. He said, "How did Crim6 get a picture of Crush on his shirt?" That's mean. All right, so we're gonna close out the show. We'll go Hitch, Sharp, and then me. Just basically say whatever you want to whoever you want, and however you want to say it. Go ahead, Hitch.
All right, I'm gonna try something different. I haven't even run this by goalie or kingdom, so whatever. But I'm on Twitter a lot, so every STiKS, I'm gonna do like a tweet of the week, which is somebody who had said something really funny or whatever on Twitter and it blew up. So right now I'm gonna link that in the chat, and it's by Shane. It's the Nate shot sitting in the hard point and it's a picture of Fizz. I'll put that in the chat. But thanks guys for having me, and it was fun, and I didn't really rage about the BAL that much, so that's not bad. And good luck. Good luck to Sharp at Columbus and for the rest of scrimming, and see you guys.
Thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it. I think it was another solid show as the last time. My team's pretty mad at me. Gunnar just said, I effing hate you, man. Because I told him like 30 minutes ago when you're like, yeah, we're wrapping up the show. I was like, yeah, we're wrapping up. And then it's been like 30 minutes. But I think it was all good. I think he'll forgive us. But
I saw Apathy was like, is he coming back?
Apathy just tweeted, I just want to play. Practice. But thank you guys for having me on once again. Appreciate it. All the STiKS viewers, thanks for watching. It's awesome.
Yeah, you guys, if you're not subscribed to Sharp on YouTube, you need to be. If you don't follow him on Twitter, you're the #1 detriment. I'm really looking forward to a lot of success for TK. I think you guys are going to do great. Thanks for coming on the show as always. I mean, this was because of you. You tweeted out that you were coming on. As of right now, we tentatively are having, I'll just say, an owner on the show next week that has a league spot. And some stuff went down with him today. He tweeted it out. Calm down. I'm not talking about who you think I'm talking about, Hitch. He tweeted it out today. You guys can figure out who that is. And we're going to do our pre-Columbus show next week with predictions and all that kind of craziness. So good luck, Sharp, at Columbus. And if you guys need some G Fuel, use my code Kingdom. You'll see it in the chat. We did start trying Kingdom 8s last night. We got it down to the number of maps and what we want to do. And right now, we're not playing Uplink, but if they're going to force everybody else to, we might put it in rotation. So you guys watch for those tweets. Make sure to follow at the STiKS Live. This is your boy Kingdom Soldier Sharp and Hitch. We'll see you guys later. Peace.
Peace. Oh, I forgot to